turned on the camera, I was going to do a podcast, and I thought you would like to see this in action. I am tailoring a few resumes. I just announced a special inside of our private expert edge community. If you want to join us, it's totally free. You can click the link below in the description. It's for those that are currently working and want to make a career transition or career move. And I'm finishing up this resume for a certified human resources professional. They are going for a human resources manager role. And so I'm doing the resume. I've done my keyword search. I've looked for the precise language to put into the resume. I'm wrapping up and I'm ready to move on to my next resume. And so I haven't looked at them. I have quite a few since announcing the special. And so I'm wrapping this up and I shared it with the client. She's exceptionally happy. I'm happy with the product that I've been able to provide for her. And so I'm ready to move on. And I move on to the next resume, and I don't look at them because they're just there until I get to them. And it's another human resources professional, certified HR professional to be exact. And so you would think that I could easily, since I've already done the extensive keyword search, I've already looked for the precise language that I want to put in their summary. It takes me like an hour and 15 minutes just for the summary, because this is what markets you. You would think that I would copy and paste it because it's the same professional, they're in the same field, copy and paste it on this person's resume as well. It would save me time if I did that. So not only am I a recruiter thinking about what a recruiter or decision maker would be looking for, I write the resume knowing how to structure it and format it. The first person that I worked on, let's call her CHRP, Certified Human Resources Professional number 1. They were going for a HR manager role. This person that I'm currently working on, before I turn this camera on, is a CHRP. We'll call them CHRP number 2. They are aiming for a CHRO role, Chief Human Resources Officer role. So 2 different people. And the CHRP number 2 has double the experience. Not only in her background, she's been a regional HR director. She's also been a global HR manager for the public and the private sector. Coupled with that, she has a master's degree. She's multilingual. She speaks 3 languages, and she has experience in labor relations and organizational development. So a totally different career trajectory as CHRP number 1. One's not better than the other. They're totally distinct. It's just like having a custom-built house and a cookie-cutter house. There are specs and details for one that this owner wants, and this owner wants this type of home. Now, the builder, they build homes, one and the same. They could easily cookie cut and put the same house over here, but it's different. They have specs, they have details that they want. Just like your fingerprint, 2 distinctly different people and professions. So let's take a look at the first one. This is CHRP number 1. She's going for the HR manager role. Here's what I did. I want to share this with you because you want to think about how different you are. Your unique selling proposition. What makes you unique? Just like it says, unique selling proposition. What makes you unique? So for CHRP number 1, I created a summary emphasizing progressive experience and contributions to specific HR functions. Here, I'm going to show you the headline, the subheadline, and the body text. And this is what it looks like. So what I did, I took what she does and I put HR manager, she's certified HRP, like we talked about, and then HR professional association. She belongs to an HR professional association. So this is part of her headline. She can also leverage this and use this on her LinkedIn profile. We had a great conversation during our coaching clinic inside of our community about the LinkedIn headline and how valuable that is and how it's weighted on LinkedIn, meaning how heavy it weighs for the algorithm on LinkedIn to show you and make your profile visible to recruiters. So it's a very important space on your resume as well as on your LinkedIn profile. Now, here's what I wrote for her summary, because she has 5 years of progressive experience in talent acquisition, employee engagement, and performance management, recognized for implementing strategic initiatives, enhancing workforce productivity, and fostering positive workplace culture. Proficient in HRIS, which is Human Resources Information Systems, applicant tracking systems, and Microsoft Office Suite. Now, here's what I see with a lot of resumes, and I know my client is probably watching and they don't mind me sharing this. I'm not going to share any names, but the summary was super fluffy before this. I want you to notice something I'm going to show you number 2 in a second, but here's what I want you to notice. You see how I break down that summary? 5 years of progressive experience in, and I go into detail. Now, before it said progressive experience in HR. No details, not broken down. This is what's going to set you apart. This is what's going to make you look different. This is your unique selling proposition, because there are other HR professionals, but do they have the same experience as you? So that's why you want to take the time and break this down on your resume, on your LinkedIn profile. You see how distinct, this is the research that I do, and I gather the information. There's an intake form that we use that you complete before I dive into doing your resume. Let me go into the second sentence. Recognize for implementing strategic initiatives, enhancing workforce productivity, and fostering a positive workplace culture. Proficient in HRIS, applicant tracking system, Microsoft Office Suite. So I wanted to just break these down for you. When you're writing your summary, not the fluff. I love working with people. I am customer service oriented. That's an expectation. That's a given. You should be customer service oriented. You should be good with people. You should be a people person. Break it down. Break that down. You want to make sure that you are distinct and you're different than every other certified human resources professional, or whatever your title is. There are other people with your same title. Make sure you're different. Let's look at number 2. So this is CHRP number 2. The summary will highlight a proven history of strategic leadership. Now this one had double the experience as my last one. And I know she's watching also. I didn't say y'all name. Strategic leadership, organizational transformation, and global HR management. The CHRP designation complements their extensive expertise, and it looks like this. Chief Human Resources Officer. This is the role that she is pursuing. You want to share on all of your assets, which are your documents. They're assets. These are things that should be providing a return on investment for you, what you want to pursue, because everything you've done up to this point has gotten you to this point. You want to go beyond this point. So you have to share that you're going beyond this point. So Chief Human Resources Officer global and multi-sector experience, right? Strategic, transformational, and inclusive leadership. Remember, I said she worked in the private and public sector. She had global responsibilities as well. So this is her title. She can also transfer this onto her LinkedIn profile. Here's the summary. Seasoned executive with a robust track record in leading complex HR functions, driving organizational change, and cultivating inclusive work environments. Experience spans diverse industries and multicultural settings. Fluent in English, Spanish, and Mandarin. Certified HR professional with deep expertise in labor relations, talent management, and strategic workforce planning. So if I am currently a president and I need to fill the position of my Chief Human Resources Officer, and right now my pain points are talent management and workforce planning, this is who I'm looking for. But if this is not visible, then I won't find this person. If you don't call it out, then you won't be found, or you'll be found for something else that you may not want to pursue, an opportunity you don't want to pursue, or work you don't want to do. Call out where your strengths are. Put it out there for decision makers and stakeholders to see. You should be visible. You want to have a distinct difference. This is how you stand out from everyone else. This is the question I get most often. How do I stand out? How do I make my resume stand out? Why am I not receiving any calls from recruiters? And it could be that you look like everyone else. It looks like that cookie cutter house that I was sharing. There's thousands upon thousands of people with the same job title that you have. Your goal, your job, is to make sure that you stand out, that your unique selling proposition is showcased and is visible on all of your documents, from your LinkedIn profile to your resume. And this is how you do it. You break down where the strengths are, not just a fluffy line that you're good at something. Tell us about what that something is. Tell us about the results. Tell us about the outcomes that you've achieved. When you're completing this document, as I'm going through the resumes that I'm completing, right, I'm putting in those data points. I'm putting in those metrics because I'm calling it out. Not only did I provide results, here's what happened as a result of what I did. I've been able to streamline this process by 10%. I've been able to make the company money. I've been able to save the company money. So these are data points that you want to have inside of your resume to make you distinct. Because if you can take your summary and put it on somebody else's resume at the top and they can't tell the difference, if it's reusable, it's not usable. If I can reuse your summary, that means it's not usable. That means you look like everyone else. These are some of the things that I do. Again, this is a special that we have going inside of our free community in terms of revamping your resume. I call it a resume makeover. If that's something you need and you want to take action on, click the link below, come in and join us inside of our community. We have weekly calls. We're ramping up now for job simulation. So if you want to get a feel or a taste of what a certain job would look like, come inside and join us. We do vet everyone to keep the quality of the community. We have a very engaged community, so get ready to contribute and engage inside. But if you're currently working and want to make a career transition, we definitely would love to have you. But I wanted to stop and ensure that you understand the differences in your resume and why it's so important that you take the time with your document. This is an asset that can work for you. It can attract all of the opportunities that you desire and that I believe that you deserve if you take the time up front and do the deep dive and make sure that you stand out and look different than anyone else. Thanks for watching the video. Hit that like button, leave me a comment, and let me know your biggest takeaway from this resume overview. If you'd like to join us inside of our community, click the link below and we'll be happy to welcome you on the inside.